This video was sponsored by. How many times can I do this bit? Anyway, next up in the Studio Series Bumblebee review, it's Brawn. Thank God it's Brawn. Oh wait, that song was about Brawl. Never mind. See, he is apparently number 80. He's got the same diorama background as Ratchet did, so I'm not going to pull it out because screw it. And yeah, here is little Braun Strowman. I like him quite a bit. Let's get the size comparisons. He is a smallish deluxe. Here he is with the only other Brawn I have. Is it Power of the Primes or Titan's Return? Anyway, the Legends class Brawn. And you know, this definitely fits into the Brawn lineage. Similar color schemes, and vehicle mirrors on his back, all the good stuff. Here's my previous review. The absolutely gigantic, also deluxe class Ratchet. We got good old CJ. They're similar heights. And a Blitzwing. There you go. Up. And yeah. I mentioned it the first time I looked at him, and I still think about it now. I really like this robot design. Even though he's relatively tiny for deluxe, he looks a lot more powerful than his small stature would have you believe. Like, he just looks really cool. Sorry I didn't have a green t-shirt I could wear, but you know, matching. First off, that helmet, head sculpt. What do we think, Magneto or Juggernaut? In fact, is this guy's helmet Magneto or Juggernaut? Which one's Magneto? Which one's Juggernaut? But you know, it looks very brawny, but with the classic movie live-action overly designed face. Like, that is too much detail to put right there. Although his blue eyes are a bit sunken in, there's still some life there. You just gotta look for it. And overall, this is a very solid robot mode. One critique, if you must, the backs of his shins are hollow, but there's a reason for that. We'll get into that when we get to it. And yeah. I really want to see this guy. I'm going to mention it now. I'll probably mention it again, but I really want to see this guy as like a, I don't know, Halo armor, some crossover repaint. I feel like it'd really work. Just give him a solid sort of brighter green. Give him a new head sculpt. I feel like it could. I don't know. I don't know why I have that feeling, but it's something that about this toy that screams that to me. But we do have a nice white Autobot insignia, a random strip of silver on his shorts that may or may not be comfortable and easy to wear. I do like the amount of molded in detail on his thighs. That's really cool. And he is extremely clean. The only thing being he has a window into his spine on his back, but which turns out his spine is made out of wheels. Huh. So articulation-wise, his head is unfortunately hindered. It can only go left and right on a swivel here. That's kind of unfortunate, and it is more unfortunate that it's fairly loose. Although, I have heard that you can replace it with Titan's Return Brawn's head. I'm not going to do it, but, I got it from a reliable source. You should go try it yourself. Just, rip that head off and try it for yourself. You do get ball jointed shoulders, which have a very nice range. You do have a mushroom peg bicep swivel, but I feel like the ball joint combined with the slight transformation joint in the shoulder, the butterfly joint, kind of makes the bicep swivel almost useless. When I first started playing with them, I didn't even notice that. I just assumed it was the ball joint moving. You do get a double jointed elbow, which is nice, but it's hilarious when you think about all you need for transformation is that much. So it's kind of like very unnecessary, but very appreciated. You do get a wrist swivel. I actually thought there wasn't a wrist swivel, but you do get a wrist swivel, as well as a waist joint. Swivel here. Legs can kick up that far. Go back that far. You do get a decent spread. Unfortunately, due to the wheel placement, that's all you get. You can't even really, well, you can sort of fake it by doing that. So there, you do get a beautiful spread when you sort of futz it. And also, outwardly, the shoulders can go that far. So you can, you do get a thigh swivel. Very nice knee bend. You do get a much better ankle pivot than Ratchet, and you get a bit of a toe bend. Much more for transformation than it is. Well, you can use it for posability, I guess, but it also plays part and parcel into his transformation, which I like quite a bit. But before we get to that, we must talk accessories, because they packed in a big overcompensatory gun to compensate for the fact that he is smaller, as in this long rifle right here. It is kind of unfortunate that everyone in this wave just has like a big generic gun, but none of them are actually the exact same molding. So that's cool. This is the one from Ratchet, by the way. And you do have a variety of things you could do with it. Obviously, you can put it in his hand and he can look a lot like he's overcompensating for something. Or you can sort of horribly plug it into a tiny little peg on the backpack. And that brings me to the main thing of this gun. It has quite a few posts and ports, but almost all of them that small. You get 2 ports and that one peg. So you can plug it in like that, which doesn't really hold very well. Or you can plug it in like that, which also doesn't hold very well. Or you can plug in random other things, like his secondary accessory, a drill bit. Spoiler alert, he turns into a drill car. And it also has a port and a peg. Decent. Decent, actually looking like a drill. Although, I don't know if the emptiness of the front would actually help or not, but so you can plug it into the barrel if you want to, I guess, fire off drill bits like a drill gun, similar to a nail gun, but probably much more lethal. Or you can plug it in up top for an accessory. It's not working as a sight. I don't really know what this is supposed to help with. Actually, I think it'd be hindering more than anything, because if he's looking right down the barrel, all he's going to see is a big chunk of thing. Or, this is hilarious. The only other, where is it? Where did I put it? Ah. The only other thing I have in this line is Blitzwing's hand. That, spoiler alert, he used to rip out Bumblebee's throat, if you haven't seen the Bumblebee movie. And you can plug it into the drill bit, or you can plug it into the the barrel of the gun. So it's like it's a handgun. that was horrible. Or you can plug it into the ports on the gun. So you can have a ridiculous amount of bullshit on this gun. If you have, another thing right here and something else for the barrel. Um, let me just take thing from Siege, Earthrise, excuse me. And there. That's ridiculously stupid. No, wait, this is from Generation, the Thrilling 30 Wheeljack. I just gave him to my Earthrise Wheeljack, because he's better than Thrilling 30. But, that's a lot of fun. You can also put the drill bit into his hand as a very crude melee weapon. And I like that. As I've mentioned previously, you can also reverse grip it. So he's trying to hold it as a knife. Military knife, big long rifle. I can just definitely see him running into battle on a Halo array, trying to take down the Flood or the Reach or whoever the bad guys at the time are. So robot mode, I like it a lot. He's a fun little sucker. He's extremely solid. For now, I don't know how long the ball joints will last. The two accessories give you quite a lot of options. Oh, and if you unhook the back panel a bit, he has a tiny bit of a back hinge, which is more for transformation. But I don't know. Which was it? Skids? Yeah, I said he could do the conga. I guess this guy can do the conga, not the conga. The thing. How low can you go? You can do the flow rider. But we will now get to vehicle mode. So we'll do that in a bit. So to transform Mr. Quicker Picker Upper here, you can either start at the legs or the torso. It really doesn't matter, but we'll start at the top. So fold out the backpack, fold out his spine, now push his head down slightly, into the arms. If you remember the placement in robot mode, you rotate them so that tiny little port goes into one of those pegs. So since you just shove it in there, and do the same thing on the other side. And now you come to the legs, which are really awesome. Also, I just realized you can't actually fold the foot up, but only in this position. But here's why they're hollow, because you pop it open, rotate it, plug it back in, and there you've got a leg. The same thing on the other side. Rotate at the waist, and you're basically going to want to tab the wheel tab the shin into the wheel, And that little peg right there. So essentially you just want to... it's a little bit clearance issue, but not too terrible. There we go. And come on, you. Yeah, there we go. And that is Brawn's alt mode. A very cute Cybertronian car. I do love it quite a bit. 3 in a row of unfortunate head placement in vehicle mode. We gotta have an acronym for that or something. But I really love that leg transformation, the way that extends and rotates around. That is infinitely enjoyable. What else is there to say? There's no real new detail besides the wheels, which roll fairly well. Like, it's not really a disguise, because on Cybertron you don't really need a disguise. It's just sort of fast travel mode. And his head is constantly spinning in there because there's nowhere else for it to go. However, that's not what makes this vehicle mode actually interesting. Is you can flip out that port and take this accessory, and you actually have the complete drill car. Definitely evolved for combat. The Halo games don't nearly have as many creative titles as the Ratchet and Clank games do. But yeah, I wish it kind of spun freely. You can spin it on your own, but also you can hold it and pretend it's like some really awkward target master. I don't know. There's things you can do with it. There's also that same port that's pathetic. It's just on the top now, so you can place the gun properly, or plug it sideways, which doesn't work at all. I wish they used a better system for that. And again, you can, do all the options you had in robot mode. Let's do comparisons. So we have Ratchet. He's, well, if we just go drill tip, from tip to tail, obviously he's longer, mostly just because of the accessory, but about the same lengthwise, ignoring his attachable dildo. Yeah, pretty close to the same. There's Cliff Jumper. Blitzwing. And Classic. Oh, wait. Scooby-Doo-Doo-Doo. This was supposed to happen faster. There we go. There's his sort of classic self. So, not much else to talk about. I'm trying to think of freaking what's not the Warthog, but what's the Halo motorcycle? This might be able to pass for a version of that, or the little. Damn it! You think with the amount I play Halo Infinite, I can actually remember the vehicles' names. I keep wanting to say Scorpion, but I know it's the tank. But yeah, this is a very cool take on what Brawn is. Like, besides the opening right here, I really like this alt mode. It puts the body parts to good use, and that leg transformation is very, very cool. So, cheers. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you've got enough brawn, or leave a dislike if you're a complete asshole. And until next time, as if you had any other option, keep it weird. Bye bye.